I got bored spending 10,000 rupees per day on Meta ads and ended up spending 235,000, that is 2,35,000 on a single day on Meta ads. Back in December in 2025 when I was scaling. And this video is all about how I did it, how you can do it too, and how you can basically print money from thin air. All right. Now, obviously, I want you to look at the ROAS, and you might think that it's just 2.85. Let me just tell you, it's not possible to get 10x ROAS at this level of spend, and that people who are just showing that are basically fooling you. And second of all, the delivery rate on this product was 85%. All right, and my break-even ROAS was around 1.3. All right, so I was making very very good money at 2.85. I just needed to be at 2.3 or 2.4 to make good money, and I was almost touching 3 at this level of spend with prepaid of about 35%. All right, so this is what happens when you have the systems, funnels, and everything to scale, and that's what I'll be breaking down in this video, how I did it and how you can do it too. So the first thing that you need to understand beyond everything is that what is scale from first principles. All right, so scale of your product is basically whatever problem your product is solving. All right, problem that your product is solving times times number of people, right, times number of people, right? So this is basically what scale is. So what you need to understand that for a product to be very very scalable, it needs to solve a problem, okay, that is shared by a very huge number or group of people. So you have to understand the fact that not every product can be scaled to 3 lakhs per day on ad spend. I mean, they can be, but you have to be a really really good marketer, and you have to build very sophisticated funnels and ads and everything to be able to do that. So mostly in this video I'll be talking about how you can scale a product that naturally solves a very problem, targets a very mass desire. All right, so the thing is that if you go after fabricating the scale of a product, right? So for example, I'll give you a good example. So I had this different product which was also pretty good. It was problem solving, but I could never scale it beyond rupees 50,000 per day on ad spend. Now I'm making a case study on this product very very soon, and I'll be revealing everything about it, the PNL and everything. Okay, now the thing is that I was never able to scale it beyond this ad spend. The reason simply being that this product was a shades product. Okay, so it used to come in shades, and there were 4 shades for this product. And whenever I increase the budget beyond this 50,000, the ROAS would just collapse. All right, so at 50,000 it would be at my target ROAS, which was around 2.5. Okay, my break even on this was 1.4, so my target was 2.4, and anything above 1 above the target, right? So my target was 2.4. I was averaging in around 2.4 to 2.5. Okay, so this was my ROAS on this. But whenever I scaled it beyond 50,000, the ROAS would simply collapse to like 1.9 or 2 or something like that. So it was not really possible to scale this very much. Well, now why was that? Because it was a shades product, and plus it was a very specific pain point of a very certain demographic of women especially. All right, but I feel the biggest thing that constrained it was shades, because if anything has shades, then definitely you cannot really reach everyone. The thing is managing multiple SKUs for the same product, and managing shipping and blah blah blah, it's very difficult to do, and it's very problematic, so I wouldn't really suggest. So you got to find a product first of all that has a very that appeals to a very big segment of the audience, that has a very mass desire attached to it. Now what is a mass desire? It is the public, sorry, it is how do you define it? I think I would like to define it in terms of Eugene squats, right? So just give me a minute. So yeah, desire basically means to want something. I want this, I want that, I want anything that ends with I want to have, or I want, is basically a desire that someone has. And as Eugene Schwartz, now if you don't know him, you should know him, because if you're into e-commerce and direct response, I don't know what the hell you're doing if you don't know him. So basically he was the pioneer of marketing and everything, direct response. So this is the copywriter's task is not to create mass desire, but to channel and direct it. Okay, so you can never create desire. This is what I meant by the scalability of this product. This was capped at 50,000 rupees of ad spend per day, simply because there was no more desire more than this, because the demographic was just that much. Whereas for this product, it was a very very mass desire product. Okay, it could be anything. You just have to think that is this something that will be shared by everyone? That's mostly the products that can be scaled very much are generally the thing that, it has a very like solve very problem solving, and it targets a mass desire, like very mass desire. So for example, I'll give you one example, like let's say looking young. Okay, so any 40 plus person wants to look young. Okay, so looking young is a mass desire, because anybody who's 40 above wants to look young. Now there are sub brackets to this, but if you think simply, then anybody who is 40 plus, uses serums, or given that they have the money and purchasing parity to do that, sorry, purchasing power to do that, they buy serums, they buy things. So anybody who is 40 above, wants to look young. So this looking young for 40 above person is a very mass desire, and you can channel this into your product. Okay, so to scale to this level, the first most important thing is product. You cannot take any random product and scale it to 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs per day on ad spend. It does not work like that. That is why I want to put an emphasis on this. This is the most important thing. All right, if this is not there, then no matter what you do, you cannot scale it. I had tried all sorts of funnels, creatives, everything for this product, but I could not scale it beyond this, because the desire was not there. And this is what you need to understand. You're not God. You cannot create a desire. You're not, and in fact, the desire is there. You just need to understand and how to channel. All right, so you have to know how to kind of like multiply it and sort of like direct it to your advantage. That's the way to put it. And the first and the most important thing that you need to like do it via is the product. This is the thing. If this is not there, then no matter what you do, you will not be able to scale it to this level. All right, so the second thing that you need to understand to scale to this level of spend is the creative. All right, so I want you to think for some time that when you people think of creative, they think of this, they think of ROAS, they think of CTR, they think of CPM, they think of all these metrics that Facebook shows. All right, and just give me a minute, I'm drinking black coffee. All right, so I just want you to think for a minute, who is behind all this? Like, who is on the second part of the screen? All right, you need to understand that beyond all this number, the CTR, the CPM, the ROAS, the everything is a human being. This is like, if you think about it, it's just very funny, because people forget that what we see on a dashboard, numbers, CTR, CPC, CPM, anything for that matter, is not a number. It's a human being. It is the person on the thing on the other side of the screen is a human being. Okay, and they are just beyond numbers. They are a lot more nuanced than the Facebook dashboard, ads manager dashboard. And that is why you need to sometimes put a human perspective and understand that, is your creative or is your ad convincing enough for people to buy? Okay, so generally, mostly what happens is, you might have heard or seen, or if you have done this, then you have heard this thing that whenever you scale the ad budget on your meta ads, the performance drops, the ROAS drops, and it's quite normal. Now that is only half the truth, because most people who tell you this haven't really scaled. Okay, they don't know the meaning of scale. So the thing is that the reason your performance drops is because your creative is simply not able to convert colder audiences. Okay, you need to understand that the more money you are spending on meta, the more people you are reaching. So if there is, let's say, let's divide this into 3 demographics, A, B, and C. So this is like, let's say this is on the I don't know, let's just say these people are completely no, actually let's just understand this with the basis of sophistication levels, and let's just thank Eugene Schwartz for this. So let's say this is the most aware. Okay, this is your product aware audience. Okay, this is your product aware, and this is sorry, this is my bad, this is most aware, right? Then this is your product aware. Okay, then this is solution aware, then this is problem aware, right? And then this is how do you say this is unaware. All right, so let's just stay away from unaware for a while, because to convert unaware people, it's you need to be one like top 1% marketers in the world. It's not that easy to convert this demographic. If you can convert this, then you will be able to easily, then basically the next target that I have, that is 1 crore a day, this is basically what I need to learn to get there. Because to convert unaware people, you need to be literally the best in marketing. I'll give you an example as to what these things are. So the most aware is someone who knows about your product, who knows about your store, who knows about your brand, everything, and they have seen your ads, they have seen your offer, and they're just maybe waiting for some occasion or some saving or some salary credit or anything like that, for buy. But they are sold on you, okay? So the problem is the most Indian brands, okay, they operate on this, okay? This is the cap. इससे ज़्यादा इन लोगों का दिमाग नहीं चलता है, right? Because it's very easy to sell to these people. You just run discounts, you run promo campaigns, you run कि आज ये sale है, वो sale है, and all that, and you will basically reach this audience and they will buy. And the thing is that most people complaining in the Indian D2C space that हमारा Facebook ad performance बहुत खराब है. It's simply because they are horrible at marketing and advertising. They cannot really convert anyone except for this to demographic, okay? And some people are so bad they can only convert this demographic. So the thing is that the higher you go in scale and the higher this you go in sophistication level, the better your ad and your marketing has to be, because the more you're going this to the right, the colder your audience is getting. So at this stage, they are most aware. They know about everything about you. They have seen your ad multiple times, and they're just maybe waiting, for something like some occasion, money or some discount, so that they can just buy at the right moment. But they are ready to buy. There's no doubt in that. Then this is product aware. Now this is segment of audience who knows about your product, who knows about other products as well, but they're not really sold on your product yet. But they know about you, they know about other similar products that are in the market, but they're not really sold on you. Then you have the solution aware, who are not really about your product, but who are aware of the problem that they have and are looking for solutions for that. Then you have the problem aware, which is they don't know if a solution exists for whatever problem they have, but they are aware that they have a problem. Unaware is where like people have no idea that what the hell is going on, and you just have to lead them towards this entire thing. Okay. So yeah, that's basically the thing. So yeah, that's the thing. So the thing is that to be able to scale to 2 lakhs a day, you at least have to go to this solution aware. Okay. In fact, I would say to problem aware tak to jana padega. Okay. I think you don't need to necessarily go to unaware. Okay. मेरे जो ads they were mostly till unaware only, till problem aware, because to be honest, I'm not really good, still not good at making unaware ads, because obviously I'm still learning. But if you can go till problem aware, understanding what leading the customer from the problem to the this thing, then they will be able to scale, right? So the thing is that as you scale, you're reaching a colder audience. This entire thing was for that. So you need to understand that what understanding your market operates at now, because India is really very young and unaware in a lot of things. You have to, like, your ads and your funnel have to be really good and really educational. So you have to lead them and you have to make them believe that what you're selling actually works and they're not really being scammed. Because a lot of the times what happens is people get scammed. Okay? And that is why you need to understand that whatever you're selling has to be proved, and you have to really convince the other person, the customer, that whatever you're selling is genuine, and you have to lead them from here. Okay? So what you need to understand is that the reason your creative or your performance on Meta stalls when you scale is not because there is a problem with Meta. It's simply because you're horrible at marketing and you don't understand this. Okay? Beyond the ROAS, beyond the budget, and beyond the 25% increase that everybody tells you to, you need to understand that this creative that is being looked at is being looked at by thousands and thousands of people, and for the thousands and thousands of people to buy from you, they need to understand, and in fact you need to understand what their problem is, what they're suffering from, what they're struggling from, and then pitch your solution in a way that convinces them that this is what is going to solve their problems. Okay? And the thing is, if you're not able to do that, then they will not buy from you. It's as simple as that. Now the thing is, the more right side you go on the spectrum, the more difficult it gets and the better your ad has to be, because these two, they're like easiest to sell to, but they're also the smallest segment. Then if you go till here, you'll be able to maybe reach till 1 lakh a day on ad spend. But to go beyond that, you have to reach here, and you have to lead them from the problem to the solution, then to the product, then to the eventually getting them to buy from you. Okay? And for that, your creative and your entire funnel has to be very, very good. So this is not only done by a creative, this also includes funnel, which I'll be coming to the next thing. Okay? But your creative has to be on point, because if your creative is bad, if it's not convincing or good enough for for these people to buy, they'll simply not understand it. And the colder audiences that you're reaching, the more how do I put this, the more better your copywriting and your marketing ability has to be in order to convince them, right? Now, how do you do that is something that I, obviously I cannot teach that here because it'll be very long, and obviously there's a matter to the method here, right? So that is something that I do teach in my one-to-one mentorship. So if you are someone who is, planning to start and or scale their e-commerce brand, or drop shipping or whatever e-commerce business in India, then you can like contact me on my email in the description down below, and we'll start and scale your business, right? So you can learn from the best in the game, and we'll actually tell you how to implement this in your creatives and how to actually scale to this 2 lakh 3 lakhs per day on ad spends, and do like grows and grows in monthly revenue, right? So anyway, moving to the next point, that is so funnel. All right, so the thing is that you need to understand the different funnels that exist. So advertorials, listicles, and then you have PSLs, then you have quiz funnels, just to name a few, right? Mostly these, and then you also have sales pages, right? Sales pages. So yeah, so you need to understand each of these things. Now obviously, again, I like to say that teaching how to make them is a completely different thing, and it takes a lot of practice to be able to make high converting any of these things, and it takes a lot of time and effort and understanding of market sophistication and copywriting and everything. And that's something I do teach in my one-to-one program, to be able to get you to 30 40 50 lakhs, even 1 crore per month, whatever your goal is, right? So if it is something that you seriously want to learn and actually understand the game and really scale, then you can email me. And yeah, I guess enough of pitch, let's just get back to the video. So yeah, getting back, so the thing is any of these things, as I was telling you here, you need to build trust, okay? So you need to build trust by using these sales pages, because the ad will get the job of getting the attention, but that's about it. Then you have to like convince them, okay, so this is the thing, because unless you are a really good copywriter, you cannot really make a very long ad. Like you have to, if you're good enough, you can maybe make BSLs and then you can lead them to the product page. But then again, most people are not really good enough to making BSLs, right? So you have to most likely lead them to advertorials, listicles, or any of these things. Now there are different, again, awareness levels and sophistication levels that these pages. So this is mostly for problem aware. So this is what I use as well for the scaling of the product that I showed you in the beginning of the video, that ads manager thing. So this was mostly what I was using, this and this. So this will help you scale problem aware audiences. This will also help you scale unaware. So this is like, these two things are mostly for these two things, right? Problem aware and unaware. Then you have PSLs and quiz funnels, and PSLs and sales pages are mostly for solution and product aware. You can use them for whatever you want. Quiz funnels can also be used for the most aware. It depends on you, right? And and then you can use the quiz funnels and sales pages for this both. So you can mix and match and see what works for you, to be really honest. Okay. But I really like to use these three the most. Okay. These three are my favorite personally. And even in these three, like this is my favorite. I really love advertorials. I love making them, and I just believe the fact that you just gotta master something. And I think advertorials just really clicks with me for some reasons, and I really am trying to master this thing and just be able to make the best advertorials in India, right? So that's basically the thing. So yeah, I hope you learned something new here. And if you are someone who wants to start or scale their e-commerce business, then you can email me and we can see how we can help you, right? So yeah, that was about it. Let me know what videos you want to see, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.